Hello and welcome to Tell the Truth. I'm your host, Mike O'Reilly. With me is Dane Forgione.
Stop saying the name of the show wrong.
And Jason Amherst.
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
And the more that Dane complains, the more I'm going to do it. So let's just get right back into the Doom 64 here.
Stop being a jerk.
Stop being a jerk.
The name of the show is Backseat Gamer.
Happy October, everybody.
You're going to confuse people.
You should be watching this on October 1st. So, yeah, we got Halloween stuff coming up. And I've actually already made logos and graphics for the Halloween shows. So I think my plan is...
Have you given any thought to what you want to play for this spooky, scary season?
Actually, Retro Goulette will be the hacks, as Jason suggested.
Actually, I know what you mean, but it really sounded like, what is it, Robert Goulet's fucking scary brother?
Yeah. Sure.
Do you even know?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay.
It's Retro Goulette. And it will be ROM hacks as suggested by Jason. I'll probably compile 12. We'll 12 or 12, 1 or 2 dozen, and we'll probably get to play most of them. I want to kind of have more than what I know I'll be able to play on the show, so that it'll be kind of still be a question as to what I end up getting to play. Because it's not truly random if you know you're going to end up playing everything.
we can see if you can truly make it through some of them in one go, because I have a feeling that most of them you'll probably go I want to finish this.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of games that Mike has played on the Rubex where we've been like, oh, I would like to see Mike play more of this game.
Yes.
So
there's a list. There's a list of games that
much like Tom Jones, it's not unusual.
It's not unusual to butt fuck anyone. It really isn't.
It really isn't.
We should definitely
think
normalize
it's unusual. You're the weird one.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? We should normalize butt fucking. Come on.
Why? Yep. Yeah. Why the hell not?
Because hey, gay, straight, or anything in between.
Yeah.
Butt fucking is normal.
There ain't nothing more super than doing it in the pooper.
In the pooper, I fucking knew you were gonna say that.
Hashtag normalized butt stuff.
Oh,
Get
Lord.
it trending, folks. If X is still a thing by the time this airs, and Elon Musk hasn't burned it to the ground.
Tiffany's listening to this going, that's all I ever do. I don't know what you're talking about.
Show a lot of sass and pop her in the ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Because Elon wants to charge for X.
I am convinced.
If you're feeling too low, just pop her in the culo.
No, to go on to this Elon Musk bullshit for a second. I am because
elongated muskrat.
Department of Redundancy Department. Elon Musk bullshit.
Okay, so remember the brief time where Elon Musk was like, "Oh, on second thought, I'm not going to buy Twitter after all," and then he was basically made to buy Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am convinced that he's like, okay, fine. I'll buy Twitter, but I'm going to fucking wreck it now.
Yeah, I'm going to ruin that shit.
I'm going to ruin it, and then just so there. I really think he's spitefully destroying Twitter, which is kind of fucking stupid because he spent how many $1 billion to buy?
Lots. Too much.
Think about it this way, though. In America, billionaires don't face consequences for going bankrupt. The golden parachute, I meant oopsie.
I meant oopsie.
And the United States government just goes, oh, it's okay, you screwed up your company. Here's a bailout.
Oh,
basically.
Look at that poor billionaire. He spent $2 billion and he's still worth $7 million, but he lost $2 billion. It's okay.
Let's
Honey,
give him a handout.
Here's $1 billion.
Yeah, like
It's $1 billion hairs, I'd say.
Here is $1 billion hairs.
Indeedly.
Yeah, but charge for Twitter or X as it were now, because Elon Musk is secretly just a grown man with the mind of a 13-year-old. You know what would be really cool? It was just called X. Like, Elon, dude, there's been 2 bands named X already.
Also, he named a model of Tesla after that letter.
And he tried naming a kid that.
Technically speaking, there's also King's X. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, his obsession with the letter X and this idea of the everything app, and it's like, guess what? Do it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he tried to name one of his kids after something in the African click language, but...
Yeah. Come to bed, please.
Basically.
And people wonder why one of Elon's kids has completely disowned him and gone full-blown anti-capitalist.
And thank God.
Doesn't he dead name one of his kids?
Yeah, I think that might be the same kid.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Elon is a shitbag.
No.
He is? Well, you could just knock me
yeah. Blow me
down.
Then
again, I mean, I prefer using Elon's dead name myself. Elongated muskrat.
Hit.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just dying of Ebola.
Ebola. Don't kiss your friends. So.
Also,
go ahead.
Quick PSA.
Okay.
To all the people out there who are still supporters of Lauren Boebert. Okay, so hang on, let me get in real close, so people can fully comprehend this. So you know how MAGA Republicans like to say that drag shows are bad for kids, and that think of the children. So Lauren Boebert went to a production of Beetlejuice in Denver in a theater with kids in the audience, and her boyfriend was openly fondling her breasts. So all of you can just shut the fuck up.
More than just that, he straight up I think jacked the dude off, actually.
And then she had the fucking gall to, when she was going to be escorted out, to pull the "Don't you know who I am" card.
Yeah, we know who you are. You're the girl that jacked off your boyfriend in this theater in front of your kids.
You know, she basically freaking Paul Rubens them.
Oofa.
At least when Paul Rubens did it, he was in an adult theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
I saw one of those meme pages that was overly specific T-shirts for sale, and one of them was I got my Beetlejuice at the Denver theater production of Beetlejuice.
Oh my God. I got my Beetlejuice.
Well, that's a new way to term it.
I was gonna say, I guess that's one way to get your fucking rocks off.
Oh my God.
But but John Fetterman wearing a hoodie to Congress. That's the problem. Not a sitting Congresswoman.
What color was the hoodie? If it was white, then yeah, they have a real problem.
I don't think you're listening to yourself.
I did. He said he wore a hoodie.
It was a grayish.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
The whole thing is he does the whole like friggin' solidarity with the average Joe worker, like wears a lot of Carhartt stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Solidarity with the average lesbian worker. That's all I see wearing Carhartt stuff is just lesbians.
My dad wears Carhartt. Is he a lesbian?
I think so. He might be.
Well, I mean, he likes women, so he must be a lesbian.
Must be.
What's that? Long?
So, last night at about 2 a.m., I made a discovery. And apparently Jace had said something about it in the chat a while back, and I missed it. But Takeshi's Castle came back.
He's mentioned it on this show.
I must not have been paying attention because I did not know.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and
I've seen the first one.
It's interesting. What's that?
I said I've seen the first one.
Yeah, because the first one was on YouTube, but the whole thing's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Subbed in English.
Yep.
And it's fascinating because, like, while I've seen bits and pieces of Takeshi's Castle in Japanese, I've never actually seen a whole season from beginning to end, let alone how it was structured. So it's kind of cool that, one, it's the same mountain where they filmed Ninja Warrior.
Well, it always was. It was always Mount Midoriyama back in the day too. Even then.
Yeah.
So.
2, it's hilarious that Mr. Ninja Warrior is a contestant in those first
Mr.
2 episodes.
Sasuke, yeah.
Mr. Sasuke, yeah.
He fails so horribly.
Even better though, I love that Cheeton was a freaking international sensation as featured on Last Night Tonight with John Oliver. Cheeton was featured in first 2 episodes.
Did you notice after the first game that whoever's wearing the costume took the stuffing out?
Yeah, I'll be right.
As to be less unencumbered.
Oh my god. And they made all of the games even harder.
Yes, they did.
So, fun fact, the guy who's in General Tani's position for these first 2 episodes, Subaru Kimura is half German, half Japanese.
Yes.
He's also a rapper.
Interesting.
His voice is featured in an anime that I explained to Dane as one of the most batshit bonkers things that could only exist in anime, Hypnosis Mike, a world in which we have achieved world peace by eradicating all weapons, and the only weapons that are allowed, and yes, the police carry these too, is something called the Hypnosis Mic. And all confrontations are handled by people with microphones and rap battles.
Mm.
So Subaru Kimura is in that anime. He's also the voice of one of the main characters from 2 years ago's Kamen Rider Revice as Kamen Rider Vice. A very kind of sort of tongue-in-cheek reference to like Venom, as he was this like demon creature, so I just want to eat humans, your mom looks awfully tasty, and I'm like, phrasing? Isn't this a kid's show?
No, I'm going to eat your mom.
and most infamously,
did you just say you're gonna blow Jace's mom?
No.
Okay.
No, I was
That's what happened.
referring to the
That
guy-
is precisely what happens when you walk in the middle of a conversation.
Well, I was getting
I
a
was-
little nervous because I'm like, what? He's doing what now?
I was referring to the guy who replaces General Tani in the first 2 episodes.
Of Takeshi's Castle.
Farouk
Yeah.
Okay.
character, Kamen Rider, was just like, basically kind of sort of like, what if Venom were a demon instead of a symbiote?
Right.
And like, he's just like, I want to eat your mom. She looks awfully tasty. It's like, phrasing? I thought this was a kid's show.
I thought this was.
Can I just say, it is a little different because they're just doing, I think, one competition spread out across the 8 episodes. But
It's one competition, but with 3 different sets of castles leading up to Takeshi's main castle.
Yeah.
So
that's different.
Each 2 episodes is a story arc featuring one of the smaller sub-castles and a different daimyo in charge of them.
Right. But it's the same contestants every time.
Yeah.
Daimyos.
That's why so many get like fighting spirit awards and have to do those challenges to like get back in the competition. It's because if you lose 100 contestants before you even get to the first castle, it makes a short series.
Well, I think some people return to go on to the other. I believe it's 3 sub-castles and then Takeshi's main castle.
Right.
And each arc is 2 episodes long. So I forget the name of the comedian who's in charge of that first castle with the chainsaw.
Oh, he's great,
I just
though.
Called him. I love him. He's hilarious.
He is amazing.
He reminds me a bit of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Ueda is his character name. I don't know if I don't think that's his real name, but
I think that is his real name.
Ueda.
Ueda Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't know shit about fuck about what's going on.
Well,
so I'm just gonna let you.
Hey, the first episode of Takeshi's Castle is on YouTube, so you can go find it and watch it.
It is.
I have
worthwhile.
access to the rest of the episodes, so I'm gonna be watching them, of course, at some point. But yeah, back in the '80s, every episode of that show was self-contained. You start with the 100, and then they go through the challenges, and it always ends with a fight at the peak, the summit of
the
Takeshi's
main castle. Yeah.
And they mentioned a stat at the beginning of the series. Yeah, they've mentioned a stat at the beginning of the series. There was 183 contests, or something like that, but only 8 people ever won.
Yeah.
In the 5 years that show was on the air in Tokyo, 8 people won the million yen.
You know what? I've got this crazy ass idea now. If they come back to do this for another,
you should try out.
Could we get us on that show?
Could. They acknowledge it's a worldwide phenomenon. Of course, in America, we got a Bowdlerized version of it, but
I mean,
I wonder.
Basically,
I wonder if there's even a distinct possibility that they could do another season of MXC now, using the footage from the reboot.
I would love it.
That would be amazing.
I would love it.
Oh,
I feel like if they were to do another season of Takeshi's Castle, that I would throw our names into the ring for that.
Wouldn't even be the first time. Wouldn't even be the first time they've had international contestants. There was an episode. I saw a full episode. It was on the MXC DVDs because those have full episodes of the actual show.
Episode. Yeah.
Subtitled, of course. But I recall seeing an episode where there was just contestants from all over the world, and you had General Tani actually speaking in English for some of it, which was funny to hear. I am an international superstar. Do you understand? And he asked the guy from Germany, and he's like, I don't speak English.
Can you imagine the German guy just perfect English like, I'm sorry, my good chap, but I don't speak English. Oh, really? Yeah.
Then he asks what charge is in German. It's Aufgeht's. We don't have many sayings like that in Germany, is what he says first.
Off. You know,
I would go to bat for us to pitch getting us on the show.
That would be cool as fuck.
You see, the bad thing about saying Aufgeht's is that it sounds a little similar to something we don't like to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to remember though, this was like 1987 or 88, so
I
times
trust
were different.
Meineke. I trust Meineke to Meineke.
I mean, think about it this way: like, you know, a team of comedians from the internet, you know, Team Mental, you know, going at it.
That would be cool. Takeshi's Castle is a part of my childhood because I used to have when I was in grade school, I had a geography teacher rather, that would just actually sit down and when he didn't want to teach a lesson, he would play an episode of the show.
Well,
and no subtitles, no dubbing, just in the original Japanese. Got to see it and didn't understand a fucking thing anybody was saying, but it was so much fun to watch. And I was super glad when MXC debuted in America. I mean, you don't get it's not the exact same, obviously. The only real similarity is that it's the same footage, but everything else is different.
Yeah.
But still, and it's still a part of my childhood.
I miss the other show that they had that only ran for a season on G4, Super Big Product Fun Show.
Yeah. Does anybody remember Storm the Castle? That was a thing at one point. It was a Vin DeBona presentation. It was on ABC, I think, once.
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
It's supposed to be an Americanized version. This level sucks. It's supposed to be an Americanized version of Takeshi's Castle.
I mean, in theory, you could do it with Disney Castle.
Could. Yeah, absolutely. The question is, will it play very well? I mean, it should at this point. There's been so many knockoffs ever since. So many similar programs.
They're so desperate for freaking content right now because of the writer and actor strike that, I mean, they are going to resort to basically documentaries, reality TV, and
ABC is running all first run Monday Night Football this year, the entire season, because of the writer's strike. So they're broadcasting all the football games this season, which is, I believe, the first time that's happened in a while.
The biggest kicker on top of it all, too, is like, you know, the contestants from Jeopardy are in solidarity with the writer's strike and won't cross the picket line. So even Jeopardy's going on hold.
Yeah. And that's understandable, to be honest.
A lot of people don't realize game shows need writers for the questions.
It's true.
So yeah, hey Bob Iger, if you happen to stumble upon this YouTube video, call us. We'll make your American Takeshi's Castle with the Magic Kingdom at Disney, and you know, very easy. After all, I mean, you guys produced Wipeout for how many years?
It's true, and Wipeout is basically just the American knockoff of Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah. I like the fact that Fall Guys now lets you design courses and stuff. So I'm very tempted to want to try to create, if somebody hasn't done it yet, some Takeshi's Castle inspired courses in Fall Guys.
I was going to say, isn't Fall Guys just a pretty much a spiritual successor to Takeshi's Castle?
It has been described as
more
that,
or less.
yeah.
It's a lot of the similar kind of concepts because a lot of them are obstacle course races, hit the targets, etc.
Just doesn't have the comedy aspect.
Yeah.
Well,
in theory, you can dub over a
blobs falling all over the place is kind of funny.
Yeah. That is the thing I appreciate about Takeshi's Castle. It still has the same level of humor that it did back in 1986, so they break the fourth wall all the time. There's some character work, but it's mostly just
openly riff.
They're openly riffing. It's like us.
You picked up a med kit that you really needed.
Oh, is that what it said?
Nick,
Wow.
That's literally what it said.
Knickknacks just debuted episode 97. They're up to Mork and Mindy.
Wow. I need to get caught back up on that series.
Oh, Dane, did you watch the video I sent you with the lore of Gex there summarized at the beginning?
I did not have a chance to watch it yet.
It is bloody fascinating because this guy reads the entire backstory for the Gex franchise as what was written in the original, instruction manual. It is convoluted and crazy as hell. I did not realize Gex had lore like that.
Yep. It was one of those things where you had to really read the manual.
Yeah.
Rather than look at the gameplay itself.
I mean, Gex didn't come into its own really until it went into 3D. And even then, the second game, so the first 3D Gex game, reused a lot of the same settings, so it was kind of boring. So really, the third Gex game is like the apex of that trilogy. But I still want Gex 4, damn it.
Come on, let's give Dana Gould more work.
I agree. He's funny. Ow.
I guess that compliment hurt the setting.
Yeah, I got squished.
Squeezed.
Let me pick up this energy weaponry. I wish this cough would go away. It's lingering after effect of bronchitis.
Yeah.
I hear you on that, baby.
Except the Bronx sucks.
Bronchitis.
Yeah.
Yankees suck.
We have a case of the bronchitis is because you're walking over here.
Hey, don't you fucking tell me where to walk and where not to walk, you fuck you. Something like that.
Something like that.
Did I see an exit earlier that required you to have all 3 keys? Was that it?
Yeah, this is the level that you got. Well, no, this is a pattern that you have to memorize.
Oh.
Getting the keys is only half the battle in this level. That's why this level sucks.
G.I. Joe.
Because now I have to go find the switches and then press them in patterns to open places to get to the finish of this level. So I am gonna die. I have not died yet on this whole playthrough, so that would be sad if I died.
Everywhere,
There's a
even there,
supercharge
stop
up
and
here.
stare at patterns.
I telefragged an Arachnotron because I knew there was a supercharge up there, so I wasn't worried about it. All right, so that's one. Okay, that's not one.
Is it one of those things where if you click it wrong, enemies pop out?
Yeah, I just got to find all the correct patterns. I'm trying. Oh, that's not one. I'm trying to get them all before I go back and go switch hunting, so I don't have to backtrack a shitload.
The yellow, red, blue?
Yeah, I think yellow, red, blue is one. Yep. And I think there's one more, and I think it's blue, red, yellow, I want to say. Nope.
That was wrong.
I believe it might have been blue, yellow, red then. I mean, I'd be more worried about... I've done blue, yellow, red. What have I done? So blue, yellow, red, blue... I don't fucking know. I guess I'm going to have to backtrack, which I hate to do, but...
Blue, blue, blue.
I don't remember all the patterns is the problem. I think there's 3. Red, blue, yellow. Okay. Thank God that one was close by. Red, blue, yellow. So, red, blue, yellow. Alright. That should be all of them. Oops. Yeah, that's why this level sucks, because it's so annoying. It's the backtracking of the worst variety. And switch hunting. And it's ridiculous.
The Switch Palace.
Now, the Brutal Doom 64 version of this level gets rid of that shit, and you can just unlock those switches just by hitting all the color switches in that room. Instead of having to memorize patterns, which is nice. Unfortunately, this is not the Brutal Doom 64 version.
So, did you hear about Microsoft screwing up and leaking their own documents?
No.
I did not hear about that.
As part of the FTC inquiry over them trying to buy Activision, some documents came out revealing that they have plans for a mid-generation refresh for the Xbox Series X that will be digital only, a new model of the controller, and at one point they wanted to buy Nintendo.
Well, who didn't?
Yeah,
God
no, they're like, maybe we could buy Nintendo. Like they're a big company. They could expand our portfolio.
There's Shigeru Miyamoto. No.
You are stupid.
When
It turns out that a company that owns major stock in Microsoft has bought like 2% of Nintendo's stock or something, though.
Really?
Yeah. And acknowledges that Nintendo, and this is interesting because Doug Bowser said it in an interview, like, confirming it. Nintendo has plans to become an overall entertainment company.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Well, they've had success in theme parks, and they've now had success with a movie.
Oh, I meant to actually wonder: is Super Nintendo Land is that succeeding?
Yeah, no, big success in Japan and pretty big success in California. Florida hasn't opened yet.
I think Florida is next year, or...
Yeah. And also, speaking of Universal Studios, apparently Joey Ryan has been spotted working Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal.
He's chasing people with his dick.
Yeah, no, it's funny because he was fired previously from Disney's Jungle.
They chase him back with fucking lawsuits, I guess.
Yeah, he was fired from Disney's Jungle Cruise after his Me Too past came to light. It's like, ooh, how long before he gets fired?
What do you expect from a guy who uses his dick as a weapon and grabs women's tits to perform suplexes?
I was gonna say his whole gimmick is, LOL. I use my penis in matches.
I'm gonna do.
Really
I got this move called a bootplex. Now what? I gotta grab your tits in order to do it, but here's how it works. Just a cheap way to get to feel up women. That's all.
Somebody I know was like, "Oh my God, what a horrible monster!" Oh, never mind.
I'm on to you, Joey Ryan. As I say, I'm on to you, Joey Ryan. You're just using a wrestling move as an excuse to feel up women.
You think you're so slick.
Yeah,
Joey
you
Ryan.
think you're so smooth. And a matter of fact, you're a hairy bastard. You ain't slick. You ain't nothing. Just gonna clear all that.
Laser light show rave.
Yep, pretty much. We're actually fairly close to the end of Regulation Doom 64.
Wow.
This is the second to last level, as a matter of fact. There's more because this version of the game has the lost levels in it. So. So that's
Doom
why
64 too.
Yeah, extra levels that were made for the re-release.
Because that was what Mario.
Yeah.
Mario 2 was called, the lost levels.
Pretty much. I'm just gonna destroy you. Thank you.
If I hear one more YouTuber go, did you know that Super Mario Brothers 2 was originally called Doki Doki Panic because the original one in Japan was too long?
Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic.
What? You know what? You can finish this episode. You got it.
Fuck.
Do not forget, the actual title of the game is Dream Factory.
Yes.
And thus, Mario waking up to it all be a dream makes total sense because of that.
Yes. 2 was a dream,
also,
3 was a stage play. That's how it works.
Also the fact that Wart, the machine that's like shooting out the vegetables, must be the dream machine, I guess, in theory.
So technically, between all of Mario's games on NES and SNES, Bowser only kidnapped Peach once. For reals.
Twice.
No, just once. 2 was a dream. 3 was a.
You said SNES too, though.
Huh? SNES, yeah.
Well, you said
Yeah, Mario World. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That does happen. Well, he technically just takes over the castle. It's not really like a. Peach was already inside of it, but still.
I was gonna say, like, she's in his clown car.
I guess.
He kidnaps her.
Still,
Mario was on.
Still, though, Still, though, that's it. Though.
They retcon it in Mario Advance that Mario, Luigi, and the princess were on vacation in the Dinosaur Kingdom when Bowser kidnapped.
There we go. Now I can hit him. So this is why I have all the demon keys. So I can close these gates. Keep as little monsters from spawning as possible. Some have to spawn, unfortunately, but... There we go. That's it. Like they're all gonna die in a room by themselves now. As I attempt to beat the ever-loving piss out of this fucking. Hey! Let me have the fucking. Let me have the supercharge. just how difficult you fucking made it, I'm gonna blow your ass to smithereens, bitch. God. 38 health and no armor. That's how I finished that.
That's just like how my granddad would.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have finished the game, the regulation game, every level, without cheating, without dying.
Woo.
That is for me. That's an achievement.
That deserves an achievement.
Where's the Final Fantasy victory music when you need it? Oh, that's right, Jason's
Back
on
at home in the studio.
Damn. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I don't have a soundboard when I'm mobile.
That sucks.
The end. Dun, dun.
Yeah, you decide to remain in hell and ensure no demon ever rises again.
Well, we shall never be cold.
Yep, until the robot doctor unearths you in Doom 2016. Now, before I do Lost Levels, there's a couple of extra levels in this that you can only get to via the features menu. Let's do that. Oh, Jesus!
What the fuck?
That didn't count.
Well,
They decided
never
to
mind
screw
that.
you over right away.
I guess the streak is over.
That didn't count. This isn't regulation.
I
Also, I'm very blatantly cheating in this one because these are extra levels. So give me all that. Yeah, just all the weapons. That'll work. Jesus. All right.
Mulligan.
Crap.
Fuck you too, you bastard. I don't have the keys anymore, so my laser's down, powered down. Well, that's a no good, Al.
I don't think so, Tim.
That's good. It gives. Oh shit. Oh, that's just wonderful. Missed the platform. It's supposed to be a bonus level. All right. Okay. Laser doesn't do me any good in this instance. All right, where are you?
Is that the Bufka?
Fuck.
Not even the Bufka.
All right. You forced my hand.
You forced my hand.
You forced my butt.
You blew my mind.
Now blow me. Yeah,
Blow
eat
me.
it. This should take me automatically to the next, fun level. Fun, quote unquote. Because it says in the features menu, warp to fun when you select these levels. It's like it's not really fun per se.
Wow, this reminds me of that time Popeye got caught for sexual harassment. Whoa.
You know, speaking of big fat pieces of poo-poo, hey, Bill.
Hey.
Hey, it's the one time Billy shows up per quarter.
Woo!
Shut up.
I'm giving you shit, you know that.
But I don't want no poopy.
I don't want no poopy. Why do you say it
Give me
like
some weed.
Why do you say it
Give me
like
some
a Mario?
I don't want the poopy. No.
Actually, it was turning into give me my wheezing boy.
Ugh.
Give me my ways, you bread.
That's a very problematic.
Yeah, turns out James Ellsworth is kind of a scumbag.
Yeah. Kind of a real scumbag.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, he was showing his ding dong in text to minors.
In their defense, they thought it was his chin. No.
No, but seriously, that's fucking disgusting. And James Ellsworth is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not in WWE anymore.
That's right. Never show your wiener to anybody who doesn't want to see it.
It's true.
It is.
The question is, did he ever get that Raisin Bran?
Who gives a shit at this point?
I was gonna say, who gives them? Higgity, shit.
He could choke on his Raisin Bran for all I care.
Lord.
Okay, that spawned. That I was gonna say that spawned the Cyber Demon.
My ways and bland. Yeah, my ways and bland. That started turning into the Homestar Runner there for a second. I want my ways and bland.
Fluffy Puff Marshmallows.
Yeah, marshmallows.
Oh, not Moshi. Oh my god.
So how you been, Bill?
I'm good. I've lost a ton of weight.
Yes, he's now 96 pounds.
I am at 358 pounds right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I really can't eat the same foods that I used to. My mom made fried chicken today, and I threw it all up.
Oh. That's
yeah.
wonderful.
That doesn't really sound funny.
It's not. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Replay.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
It was what the Spaniards call El Terrible. I don't understand why the other two levels end with the Cyber Demon fight and this one doesn't. But it's whatever.
Shoot that fat thing, what I used to look like.
Jesus. What I used to look like.
Well, I was 408 pounds. I mean, I was
I
heavy.
still can't get over the fact that WWE hired Nia Jax back.
I'm not like
Don't remind
most
me.
girls. I hurt everyone I wrestle. What?
You know that was The Rock doing, like, The Rock needs a paycheck because The Rock can't do any Hollywood films right now.
The Rock,
and
the
need
Rock,
to get
the Rock,
some,
the Rock. The Rock will wrestle Nia. The Rock will wrestle Nia Jax at WrestleMania 45.
Everybody's angry at The Rock for asking for donations for Hawaii, so The Rock needs to appear on TV again to have the crowd cheer for him.
I've decided.
But I won't return to wrestle.
The Rock has decided
I
that
won't
he will.
return to wrestle unless you hire my relative back.
I will. The Rock has decided. I don't know why I was talking in the first person there. I never do that. I mean, The Rock never does that. But The Rock has decided that he will wrestle Nia Jax at WrestleMania, but only in a match where the loser is the first to jizz from their penis.
That might be too close to call. Oh my God! It's the ghost of Lanny Poffo. Look at all of you amateurs holding your pixie sticks.
Oh,
now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to suck my own dicks.
Dicks. Plural.
Yes, I have two. I have two of them.
That's impressive. Is it going to
Not
turn?
bad for a dead.
Double Dick Lanny.
Is it going to turn?
Not bad for a dead guy.
Is the show going to turn into this again? Where we're just going to do Lanny Poffo poems, or are we going to do our other standby thing, which is take a joke and rhyme words with it to make it funnier, like "Always Are Us."
When I came across that during work,
I was going to say, Boys R Us. That's Kevin Spacey's favorite store to shop at.
No, that's Boys R Us.
That's Boys R Us. Help! Help! I just escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement.
Family Guy being the psychic show for once.
And don't forget about the store for fish, Boys R Us.
For what?
For fish.
Boys R Us. Fish. I'm pretty sure there's a local place called that somewhere around where I live. For fish ponds.
That's actually kind of clever, calling it Boys R Us.
Yeah.
And don't forget the one for the country superstar, Mr. Rogers, Roy's R Us.
Oh, is that like a Super Roy Rogers location?
Maybe. Or if you like, you can just shop at the one for that's made for the unbelievably stupid Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Had an interesting conversation the other day about Hey Arnold. His last name is Shortman.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It's like the whole time Grandpa wasn't calling him his nickname, but just calling him by his last name.
Apparently his nickname was his last name. His last name was never said other than by his grandpa, except for one episode where Helga says, "Hey, short man, you're on shortstop."
That was probably just for the joke of it being shortstop.
Helga is the only other person to utter Arnold's last name. Makes sense given how much of a...
I was going to say, Helga wants to sit on Arnold's face.
Oh, I can't wait to be Mrs. Arnold. What's his last name? Like, she didn't know his last name until she randomly knew it that one time.
What?
What is logic?
Nickelodeon cartoons not having logic? Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yo,
Nick should be telling me Stanny
will get you
plus his
cancer. Just ask the Angry Beavers.
It's true.
Oh my God, we're cartoons! You're canceled. You can't air that episode.
Just ask Stan and Rimpy.
I do like the fact that Ren's final attack in the upcoming Nickelodeon Smash Brothers game is he pushes the big red button and blows up the planet.
Stimpy's final attack is the reach around.
Ren, will you button me?
Ren, will you butt fuck me?
Okay, Stimpy.
I will say, at this point, though, watching, speaking of Billy West rules, this new season of Futurama has been very hit and miss. More hit than miss, but one of the episodes really missed hard. And it wasn't just the COVID episode.
Okay.
There's this weird episode in which Fry and Leela go to deliver something to the King of Space, and Leela suddenly becomes smitten with the Prince of Space and wants to marry him, despite the fact Fry and Leela are in a relationship. And then they interrupt the plot of the episode for a quote-unquote commercial, and then the entire Futurama episode turns into a segment where they're all toys. And this happens 3 times over the course of the episode.
That's odd.
It is a bad episode.
That kind of sounds like that kind of sounds like an American Dad joke.
Only not funny.
So
Meanwhile, American Dad's back and is still funny.
As I say, American Dad is funny. I don't know what you're talking about.
I need to watch the rest of Disenchantment final season.
I've never seen that show. I don't know why. It's just never interested me.
I mean, it's Futurama meets D&D, featuring guest appearances from the cast of the Mighty Boosh / IT crowd.
I see.
Yeah. It's, Matt Berry, Richard Ayoade, Noel Fielding all appear in it.
Speaking of...
I didn't even Fielding until, like, I saw it one time in the credits and went, wait a second. Executioner? Yep. Noel Fielding of the Mighty Boosh is the executioner in Disenchantment, and the mayor of the steampunk town is obsessed with the main character, is Richard Ayoade. The theater.
You know, I was actually going to say, speaking of Matt Berry and Richard Ayoade, the Crapopolis, or whatever it's going to be called.
Yeah, Dan Harmon's Crapopolis.
Her name is Miss Crabapple. I've been calling her Crandall. Yeah. Yeah, no, Dan Harmon's new show, and the Abuser, is coming to Fox and already picked up for 3 seasons. Damn.
It hasn't even aired yet, and they're like, hey, Dan Harmon, you're Mr. Funny Guy. Here's 3 seasons.
And no, they can't write any of them. Womp womp.
Did Billy fall down? Where did he go?
Billy
Maybe he had to run to the bathroom.
I was gonna say, Billy just showed up for like a half a second.
Oh, and that's it.
The end.
I mean, he said that fried chicken did do a number on him.
I thought I heard him there for a second.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Please tell me, are you going to tell me you were muted the entire time?
No, I don't think my headphones were plugged in all the way to the point where it could connect to the microphone.
Basically like being muted the entire time.
Yeah, but not physically muted. Yeah, whatever. Analog muted.
I left an analog in the toilet this morning.
It was big, brown.
It was a log, and I named it Anna.
Why? Goodbye, Anna. Flush.
Because it looked like Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, that's how Anna Nicole went too. She was flushed down the fucking toilet.
That's what she did to her ex-husband.
Well, I mean, it's easy to do when they're just ash.
I was gonna say her husband was like 1,000 years old,
right?
Hey, I'm gonna say she's a genius. She married a guy that was like 2 months from death, and she gets all that money.
Well,
that was smart.
Yeah, you could say.
What I thought was very amusing is how she was like, "No, I married him because I love him." And just money.
And money. Yeah, you could say she's a genius all you want, and then you look at how she talked and acted, and it's just like, are you sure about that?
Well, To be fair,
And boobs, though.
wasn't Anna Nicole's stupidity kind of sort of a gimmick?
Well, that was Paris Hilton's gimmick. I don't know about Anna Nicole.
If it was a gimmick, it was like the third most impressive gimmick she had. The other two she paid. Yeah, I was gonna say the other two she paid lots of money for. Yeah, pretty much.
Lots of money.
And I liked looking at them too.
I bet.
Those two gimmicks.
Hey, anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of Backseat Gamer. If you like what we do, please hit subscribe and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. By the way, I hope you enjoyed the new logo and graphics and everything that just started today.
Anna Nicole Smith's titties.
No. For Dane Forgione, Jason Amherst, and Billy Carter, and apparently Anna Nicole Smith's titties, I'm Mike Riley saying see you next time on Backseat Gamer.
Wow.
Do you mind?